Every character in Breaking Bad is broken. Don't believe me?
Told you, call me. You have my wife's name! How'd you do it?
Okay, let's start off with the characters that I believe to be the most broken. Walter White is the main character of Breaking Bad, but just like Eren Yeager, isn't necessarily a good guy. Walter has 2 jobs, is going through a midlife crisis, and has stage 3 terminal lung cancer. In an attempt to leave money for his family after he dies, he proceeds to reach out to his former student Jesse Pinkman and becomes a kingpin. In the beginning, Walter already seems to not have a perfect life, barely being to make enough money to support his family and Walter Jr.'s Raisin Bran Crunch addiction, and feels bad that he's going to leave his family with little to no money. Walter has a lot of pride, so he doesn't accept the money that's being offered to him by Gretchen and Elliot for his chemotherapy, and instead decides to lie to his family and pay for it himself with the money he gets from selling meth. Since he obviously can't tell his family about the fact that he sells meth and is now rich, he starts pushing them further and further away from him, which causes Walt to further himself from the reason he started selling meth in the first place. Skyler starts to worry about Walt, but does it in the worst way possible by becoming a massive bitch. And Walter starts to become closed out of his family. Now, according to the study I found on the internet, loneliness has been found to raise levels of stress, impede sleep, and in turn harm the body. Loneliness can also augment depression or anxiety. Now, Walter definitely does show signs of stress and anxiety. He stresses out at the fact that his family keeps asking him questions about where he's going, and he's anxious of people finding out that he cooks meth. Constantly lying to his family until his family separates after he divorces, in quotes, obviously, Skyler. Now completely alone, Walter continues to cook meth, despite Skyler not wanting to see him anymore, and I think this is the first time a Walt does it because he likes cooking. He just lies to himself into believing he's doing it for his family. Season 4 episode 11 shows us the death of Walter White and the complete takeover of Heisenberg himself. And yes, I will prove it. Walter is under a lot of stress in this episode. Gus just said he would kill his entire family, and Walt found out that Skyler just gave all their money to the man she had an affair with.
I gave it to Ted.
Which was supposed to be the money that he was going to use to make his family go incognito mode. After he realizes that this means that his entire family would be killed, Walt breaks into hysterical laughter and loses his mind. Everything that he ever cared about and everybody that he loved would be killed in a few days. Gus managed to break Walt. Now, obviously you don't mess with Heisenberg, so a bunch of cool stuff happens, and well, yeah. In the last few episodes leading up to the finale, we see Heisenberg completely broken, alone, and desperate to hear from his family. He manages to secure a good future for his son, see his daughter, call his wife a bitch, and goes to save Jesse. He didn't have anything to lose, so he decides to save Jesse and kill those who were involved in his drug empire. And he dies with no regret. Well, actually, it was probably a life full of regrets. Walt, a once normal chemistry teacher, turned into a devil, lonely and broken. Jesse is Walt's assistant in Breaking Bad. They have a 50-50 deal, which Walt breaks multiple times throughout the series, and Jesse doesn't really do anything about it. Anyways, from what we can gather, Jesse was pretty much a normal teen who grew up in a rich household. He later started selling meth and snitching for the police, which is what we see in the first episode. His old chemistry teacher, Walt, asked him to start selling meth and cooking it with him, which Jesse later accepts. Yeah, things go downhill very quickly as Jesse is now involved in the death of 2 people and many more to come, and has to be careful around the police since he is suspected of being involved with Heisenberg, who, by the way, is actually Walt. Yeah, by the time the final episodes come around, Jesse argues with Walt over how his life was better off without him, since, you know, there were a lot less deaths, especially children, you know, there's multiple deaths of them throughout the series. By the time the last episode comes around, we see Jesse gone from a man who couldn't even fathom the idea of killing someone, choking Todd without a second thought. This is a man who, like Walt, has become a demon. Yes, he does feel bad about what he's done, and he wishes he could change it, like we see in El Camino. He really does wish that he could make things right again, but he understands that he can't from his experiences with Walt and his experiences with Mike. So, at the end of El Camino, we see Jesse not trying to change his past, but trying to figure out his future. He knows that he can't change his past, but he has full control over his future. Okay, let's get into the best villain, Gus. His partner was killed, so he became cold-blooded and basically said, "You killed my partner? Well, guess what? I ended your bloodline." Also, he's just intimidating as fuck. Look, pause the video and look at this image of Gus for 5 minutes straight. Literally impossible. He's too intimidating. I can't even look him in the eyes. Hank is a cop, not just a cop, but a DEA agent, so he has to witness a fair number of deaths throughout his career, plus dealing with the fact that all evidence of Heisenberg points towards Walt, who, by the way, is his brother-in-law, in case you forgot. Yeah, this man is broken. Yeah, I would talk about Skylar and Marie, but I don't like Skylar. And Marie is pretty self-explanatory. Get this video to 100 likes and I'll make a second video. Yeah, I don't like Skylar. Hey, I'll throw in how much this series broke Walter Jr. and his slow descent into Flynn throughout the series, just so you have something to look forward to other than Skylar. You don't even have to look forward to Marie, there you go. So, yeah. Okay, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. If you didn't, you can dislike it. And yeah, thank you for 700 subscribers. We're getting close to that 1K mark. Share this video if you think it was good enough. If not, you can tell me what I did different, what I can do differently in the next videos in the comments down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
Okay, Boomer. Whatever you say, Boomer. Okay, Boomer. Okie dokie, Boomer.